Yo guys, we all know Bertrum Piedmont from Bendy and the Ink Machine, the arrogant, egotistical amusement park architect who fused himself with a carousel that we had to fight in Chapter 4 of Bendy and the Ink Machine. But, to be honest, his potential was wasted in the game. I'm being ridiculous? Well, stick around, and you might see what I'm getting at. Yo, what's up? It's iJust Games here, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're taking a look at Bertrum Piedmont and how he was wasted potential in Bendy and the Ink Machine, and how it can't be fixed. Without further ado, let's get it. So we know Bertrum Piedmont, the self-centered, egotistical, super serious, famous amusement park architect.
For 40 years, I've built attractions that stagger the imagination, colossal wonders such as the world has never seen,
Who somehow fused himself with a whole ass amusement park ride, which stemmed one of the best boss fights in the whole game. A mechanical genius who was able to build a robot in the 1940s who could have made it walk and dance.
and the thing that bothers me is that mechanical demon in the corner. Bertram's been working on it for a month now. Says it'll walk someday, maybe dance.
Had an ego quarrel with Joey.
You may be paying me, Mr. Drew, but you don't own me.
Learned how to build an amusement park ride and fuse himself with his own machine, but unfortunately, most of that wasn't explored to its fullest. He was, again, wasted potential, but we gotta explore the potential he could have brought to the game. So, here's the missing potential of Bertrum Piedmont. You see, Bertrum was a great architect, which he was hired by Joey to build Bendyland, but Bertrum was not a big fan of Joey.
You may be paying me, Mr. Drew, but you don't own me.
And since Bertrum was probably the only one who Joey wanted to build the amusement park, it would be stupid for Joey to fire Bertrum for his disagreements with him. This would have caused extreme tension between each other, which would have been amazing to explore in Bendy and the Ink Machine. Also, building an amusement park isn't easy with one person, so Joey probably had giant workers on hold until they was needed for something that required mass constructing like an amusement park. Since those workers worked with Bertrum to build Bendyland, even as egotistical as he is, would have developed some sort of platonic relationship with him. Plus, they was at the bottom of the studio. Joey probably didn't visit them daily, which would have caused most of them to develop more respect for Bertrum than Joey. Plus, most of them can relate to Bertrum's discomfort with Joey, as Joey isn't the most reliable of bosses.
I can only do so many takes of trash a day. And tell the guys in writing, everyone more uses the word training in every message. Keep railing on that, okay? Whatever that grinning thing was I saw wandering around your office, you better keep it locked up tight. I realize it was a first attempt, but imagine if the press caught sight of it. Might scare off investors.
And also, since Bertrum and Joey had beef with each other, this would have caused the workers who supported these big dogs to build tension between each other, causing some sort of civil war rivalry in the workplace. We could have seen more audio logs throughout the studio discussing about this civil war between the workers, possibly hearing heated discussions and such. We could have also learned about how it developed over the studio that we see currently, which would have caused the workers who are now lost ones, which aren't the most stable of ink creatures, so whatever memories they have of the Civil War will cause them to perceive the event in a horrific way, to write messages all over the walls like, "I don't like the creator," showing the workers hatred for Joey, or his pride was unbearable, setting the employees disliking for Bertrum over prideful attitude, and causing them to fight all over the studio because of the rivalry. Seeing Bertrum and Joey's quarrel explored would have added more depth to the workspace of Joy Juice Studios we seen back then, and the world of the studio we see currently. The introduction we got to Bertrum and Bendy and the Ink Machine was a boss fight when we see that he fused himself with a machine. It was cool to see, but I feel like if they would have explored Bertrum a little bit more before we met him, it would have been way more impactful to the story. Imagine if we met Bertrum in his human form when we entered Bendyland. He built it, so he probably claimed the area when the studio fell apart. And he mentions,
Now you think you can just throw me out? Trample me to the dust and forget me?
which shows that Bertrum thinks Joey wants him out so he can claim his work. And since the studio is in ruins and everyone's messed up in the head, it would have caused Bertrum to be messed up in the head too, developing some sort of paranoia which would have made him think that Joey's still out there trying to toss him out. So any outsider who stumbles upon Bendyland, aka Henry, Bertrum thinks is sent by Joey to go after his work and him. This would have caused him and Henry to exchange dialogue, Bertrum constantly allowing his paranoia to take over his words, talking to Henry as if he was some sort of hitman set by Joey to get him, and Henry trying to plead for his innocence. Oh, and remember the Civil War? That would have caused the Lost Ones to sort of follow Bertram like a leader, which Bertram could have sent them to kill us while we tried to escape from Bendyland to save Boris. Bertram doesn't want to give up his work and allow so-called Joey's hitman to kill him because that would be his ultimate defeat. But after fumbling Bertram's attempts to kill us, and as we get near to confront him, he fuses himself with his greatest machine, the carousel, as a last-ditch effort to get rid of us. This would have not only made the audio log make more sense.
Biggest park ever built, centerfold of attractions, each one more grand than the one before it. It makes my eyes come to tears at the thought. But then, oh, Mr. Drew, for all your talk of dreams, you are the true architect behind so many nightmares. I built this park. It was to be a masterpiece, my masterpiece. Now you think you can just throw me out? Trample me to the dust and forget me? No! This is my park, my glory. You may think I'm wrong, but I'm still here.
But the carousel fight as well. Now we have a reason to kill him, then trying to kill him to progress like a Bendy and an ink machine. Just would have made him a compelling villain to talk, fight, and learn about. Also, let's take a look at the beginning of chapter 4. Alice clearly leads us to Bendyland because she is located there.
I see you there, my little errand boy. Tell me, are you having fun? I'm sure Boris doesn't mind waiting for his rescue party.
But have you ever wondered why? Well, with the things I mentioned about Bertram owning Bendyland and him trying to kill you, this wouldn't make sense. She leaves you there so she won't have to kill you with her bare hands is a very Alice thing that she does. Plus, since we survived an elevator crash that she caused, survived Bertram's horde of lost ones, defeated Bertram, and the brute boards that she sent to kill us, it would have made this line make a lot more sense.
Why can't you ever just die?
And her charging at us makes more sense since, you know, she can't kill us with anything from afar, so she might as well try to kill us with her bare hands, which, I'ma tell you, isn't successful. See all those things that I mentioned? That is a missing potential of Bertrum Piedmont. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys like my content, stick around, will ya? Make sure to hit that subscribe button and also hit that bell. Also, go follow me on Instagram and Twitter where I post all things, updates, art, and anything. This is I Just Games, and I am out.